If you've been keeping up with the space industry, you know that innovation in space travel is going crazy right now. Over 200 rocket launches have happened in just 2024, over double the amount a mere 10 years ago. Aerospace companies, namely SpaceX, are opening the door for a variety of space sectors. Naturally, there's a lot of excitement over the prospect of traveling to Mars. However, I'm going to attempt to show you the darker side of this potential future and why you should care. Throughout history, transportation systems have molded the social and political landscape of our world. In the mid-20th century, with the advent of commercial plane travel, the world transportation network was revolutionized. It was now possible to travel across the globe in days rather than months. The dispersal of foreign ideas, goods, and services began at a rate never seen before. Countries with the resources to embrace air travel benefited tremendously, both economically and politically. However, many small and underdeveloped countries initially cut off from this innovation did not enjoy the same advantages. This has contributed to an ever-widening gap between the richest nations and the poorest nations that continues to this day. Commercial space travel threatens to do the same. With better technological capabilities and an increased demand to extract value from space, the space sector has a potential to become an economic powerhouse. Space tourism, resource extraction, and advanced scientific study are examples of industries that could be created in the coming decades. Take asteroid mining, for example. There is an abundance of metallic materials in space, such as gold, cobalt, iron, manganese, platinum, tungsten, nickel. You got the idea. As a result, billions of dollars are being poured into being the first to open this door, and understandably so. Who can access and utilize these resources will determine the next generation of billionaires and potentially trillionaires. Take a look at the supposed valuation of SpaceX. $350 billion. That would make it the world's most successful startup ever, according to Forbes. As pretty much all companies, space organizations, and billionaires are from giant rich countries such as the US, Russia, China, India, and the European Space Agency, there is practically no involvement from poor nations. They don't have the money to buy new technologies, and they certainly don't have the money to develop their own. I hope it is evident at this point why inequality in space access is such a large humanitarian concern. The majority of nations in the world are going to be left behind, literally. With so much to gain, this could have detrimental effects on billions of people. The wealth disparity between the rich and the poor countries might be launched to the highest levels in human history. While Elon Musk is making billions off of space platinum, there very well might be people starving a million miles away. In the grand scheme of things, this is nothing new. Wealth disparity has been a problem since agriculture developed 12,000 years ago. But what the space divide threatens to do is make the transition from poor to rich almost untenable. So what do we do about it? Now, I'm not going to claim that I, a low-tier YouTube channel, have a miraculous solution to this problem, but I do have a few thoughts. Actually, before that, I want to acknowledge my bias here. I am from a weird country. By that, I mean I am from a Western-educated, industrialized, rich, democratic nation, so I'm very much closer to Elon Musk socioeconomically than most people are. Keep that in mind. But anyway, I do not think the unique threat of space inequality is that the rich are going to get richer. That has happened, is currently happening, and will probably continue to happen in human economic systems for the foreseeable future. I think that the problem is that the quote-unquote poor in this situation can't even participate. They don't even get a seat at the outer space poker table. Thus, there is little chance of small and even medium-sized countries benefiting from the resources space has to offer. Therefore, I think the best way to prevent this issue from becoming a reality is to create ultra-affordable space transportation. If every country is able to launch into space, then every country has an opportunity for growth. Now, the best way to achieve that? I don't know. To SpaceX credit, they have made space travel much more accessible to the public. Heck, you can send a satellite on their Falcon 9 rocket through their rideshare program from their website. But as far as serious resource exploration and scientific studies go, it's limited to the rich entities mentioned before. So I think that all countries need to be able to launch rockets into space to do whatever they want, and that requires them to be cheap. Currently, that is not the case. We'll see what happens in the near future. I do hope it is not the future I outlined in this video. I hope you guys enjoyed and learned something from this piece. I know it was a little bit different of a vibe for me. To tell you the truth, I wrote an essay on this topic, and that's why this video made it this far. Maybe I'll upload a little bit more frequently, but who knows. See you guys in the next one.